All right, as always, let's drop a 1 in the chat. All right, we'll make our way around to everyone. I'm going to continue a conversation straight off the bat with Ray as well, right? We're just in a one-on-one call, all right? But I think it'd be really important for everyone to hear. We're talking about mindset. So anything to do with the hamper as well, guys, everything will be addressed. So always put the ones down, raise your hand, and I'll get to you guys when I can. Hey, so Ray, let's continue on from our call. Just mindset, and I think with the leverage, right? And just thinking you're not going to be able to provide enough. Was that right?
Yeah. Like I said to Nathan yesterday, my confidence did take a bit of a hit just because what's happened. But now that we've had the discussion, we've ended that all very amicably. Then I woke up this morning, like I did think, shit, I might just hold off a wee bit. And then I woke up this morning thinking, well, I really want to move forward, but I'm concerned that that I won't get them enough sessions, like build up, because I have been like here for like a couple of years now, and I've just gone at a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nathan was saying I only need to give them 10 sessions, but I'm just aware that you're looking after somebody, you have a team member there, and to sort of really fortify my mindset around that, I guess, moving forward.
Yeah, so when you look at I only need to give them 10 sessions, you do. Like it's part-time work as well, right?
Yeah.
Just that I think a lot of people now are starting to build these businesses where they have a lot of people, or like staff are full as well, which is always good, right? So when you're looking at this, I think we look at what are the 3 things that are going to move us forward the quickest, right? So when you're looking at getting someone full, what do we need to do?
Market.
Yeah,
marketing, making calls, all that stuff.
Marketing, making calls, selling, right? So you've got 3 things there, all right? Now, how long does it take you to market throughout the week, would you say?
I'd probably spend about an hour, maybe up to an hour, not even that, a day, if I'd be really honest.
Yep. And how long does it take you to make the calls?
Well, you can get them done pretty quick.
Right. So you're looking at, let's say, between the marketing and the calls, you're spending max 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
3 hours, then we've got our consultations. Say you get 5 to 10 people booked in, that's another 5 to 10 hours, right? So that's 13 hours a week, right?
Yeah.
Like that's with being 10 consultations, that's 13 hours a week, right? Obviously, you've got all your sessions now, but as we alleviate this, you can start to look at and you go, all right, I've got to work 10 hours this week to potentially add $2,000 to $3,000 a week to my business. You kind of look that way and you go, okay, I just haven't been moving because I'm fearful for whatever reason, which a lot of the time you're just fearful for success or you're fearful for a new experience. That's always a big one. I think a lot of people, it's the fear of the unknown, right?
Yeah.
Biggest thing. Now, I think when you're looking back at the chat that you went to with Goggins, Ray, what was the one
yes
you took away? It was probably Empire
Mindset. Yeah.
Empire
I'm listening to him again, by the way, too. Can't hurt me.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
There you go, right? So the Empire mindset, right? That is just, it's looking big picture and not focusing, well, not letting yourself get caught up on small, minute tasks that just throw you off track, right? And it's always, I like to call them $10 tasks. So $10 tasks is something that anyone can do, right? Anyone can walk in the gym floor and market, or anyone can make a phone call, right? So for whatever reason, the $10 tasks, they'll hold you back, right? For however long, for ages, right? And then they'll end up costing you, what's $10 task times 100 over the year?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So you look at that and you go, okay, I just need to, well, all you need to do is it's the 3 hours really to move, to go, all right, then I've got the consultations. Once you've got the consultations in, that's when your confidence starts to skyrocket as well. You go, okay, I'm good at this, right? So I think at the time as well with the calls and marketing, but like most of the time it is Fridays are the best time to make the calls, right? So we've got Monday to Friday where you've burnt yourself out, right? Or you've worked hard, right? Done your 10-hour days. You get to Friday afternoon, you go, I just want to switch off, right? So Friday is everyone's most important day in their business by far, right? Because with new member lists, with calls, that kind of thing, that'll dictate the next 2 weeks, which if it's 5 consults, say you went 5 for 5 on silvers, right? That's an extra, $500, $600 a week to your business. So when you start looking at Fridays like that, you go, okay, I need to switch on here a lot of the time more than your other times throughout the day, right? So Monday to Thursday. So always switch on during Friday. Most of us can go through a PT session in a pretty automated process, right? You know what your clients are like. A lot of the time they're the same. I think that's what people, a lot of raise your hands, guys. Who's kind of getting, I don't want to say sick of PT sessions, but you kind of go, oh my God, I've got this client. Like I was getting to that point, right? Yeah, it's the guys like Isaac, yeah, George as well. You get to that point, you go, oh my God, this is holding me back. This is holding me back. That's why for you, Ray, it's like, okay, I'm going to leverage these across. Perfect. Now I'm going to really hone in on Fridays. Fridays are your money makers, right? So even Thursday afternoon, you've got a lot of calls to make. So I just want you to go, you can 100% do it because it's 3 hours a day, right?
Yeah,
It's a buckle in. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, sweet. Does that help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, helps a lot.
It's just moving, hey. I think everyone here.
Yes, it's just moving.
It's just moving, just moving. And I think the longer you wait, the less confidence you get in your ability. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're putting off doing things you say you're going to do, there's nothing more shocking to your system or nothing more that pushes you down when you say, oh, I'm going to go for a run today. You don't go for a run and you sit home on the couch and you go, oh my God, why didn't I go for that run? Happens all the time. Right, for everyone, it's the exact same thing in business. Yeah, exact same thing. Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Nice.
Thank you.
Easy done. Easy done. All right. Let's go to. I'm gonna go to Isaac. You're coming off a bit of a high, hey, bro. In the message you sent me, it's good. Just to realize you love love this work.
Bloody love it, bro. Yeah. So for it's just I don't have many questions about the camper, but you reckon I should be blasting email as well?
Yeah,
Email
can do. Can do. Yeah, for sure. I don't think there's any downside to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought I was thinking it could be a little annoying, like a bit much, because I'm already text blasting my entire database, and I'm also I feel like emailing them could be cooked as well.
Well, if you've got everyone's phone number and you've hit them all, I don't really see the point for an email. I just don't think people really open as many emails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like people got for me, my inbox is thousands. It's just spam, right? So amongst the spam, your email might pop up, but I think if you hit their phone number, you're in a good spot for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I've counted the total in because I have been messaging them as soon as they come into the thing.
Nice.
I have 60 of names, but it's sort of hit a wall.
Yeah.
I checked when I came in last time I spoke, I had 20. I got a fucking huge amount now, in the last day or two, and it's sort of I'm not getting any more in the last 2 days, but it just couldn't be because I got 60.
There you go, right? So I think what you kind of find as well is that towards the end of the week, things start to die off in your club. Number one, right? It's a huge one. I think Monday to probably Wednesday is probably your prime times for your hampers, honestly. Not to say that don't go in on Fridays, you're going to collect leads, but Mondays are always hot. I don't know for anyone else, but in both of my clubs that I'm in, it's always the hottest day, right? And it's because people think they're going to change their lives that week. And you get to Thursday and the gym's empty. Standard.
Yeah.
That's standard. So always go hard on the Monday to Wednesday. Don't worry about a drop off. 60 leads, man, is ridiculous. Straight away, right? Very, very early on. Now you kind of find once we hit that 100, for you, that's big tick. Awesome, right? Anything else we get from there is just really beneficial. It's a win, right? So the fact that what I want you to focus on now, though, is when you do get the leads, follow up straight away. Point of contact.
Yes, okay.
Like you've been doing, because a lead is all good, right? I've had multiple leads in the past that nothing equates from, right? But making that connection straight away, that'll go a long way. Yeah, and that's why we do it. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. As well, quickly, it's not related to the handbar, but so I've found usually when I sign someone on a gold, bronze or a silver, I give them the program for their, like, usually if it's on a silver, I want them to work out a lot more than 1 to 2 days, right? Like a couple of days without me. So I give them their program, and obviously in our first session, I'll take them through one of the workouts. But then the program has like a bunch of other workouts and exercises they haven't been shown before.
Yeah.
So it gets to like their days where we're not training together and they're confused and they're like break out. And some of them, usually it's not a problem. Like they just text me and I like explain it to them. But it's I feel like there should be a better way.
People think it's the end of the world, hey?
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm paying for a PT and he hasn't shown me every exercise on the thing. But like,
Yeah.
that would take me a long time if I did it in the first session. Like it takes me like, it'll be like a week in total before they know every single thing.
Exactly. And it's not, you can't, all you do is you explain to them. Like, unfortunately, I can't show you everything right now. Worst case scenario, go back and complete the workout that I showed you that we did together for this week, right? That's all you do, because that's going to be beneficial for them as well. Yeah. So with the videos, do you have an app yet, Isaac? Do you have Trainerize?
No, I don't have any. That's what I was thinking about too. I was thinking about doing like an app or a school community or something where it's got like an exercise bank. So it's like filming every exercise and you just follow it off that and shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. So into next year, like we say, Trainerize isn't the be all and end all, or any app isn't the be all and end all. But what is good about it is that it has videos on how to do everything. Right. So it'll come up with a demonstration video. They're not great videos, but for the standard kind of Gen Pop person, they can look at the video and have somewhat of an idea to go, okay, I'm going to go do this now. Right. So what I do as well, when I think what's worked really well in my business that might carry on to your guys, is I do progression programs. Right. So basically what that means, if they're training on a silver, I want them to come in 1 more day a week and train by themselves. Right. Once they show me that they can do the 3, then I'll give them a 4-day.
Okay.
Right. So do the 4, then I'll give them a 5-day. Otherwise, you will waste so much of your time, right, giving people programs. And I spoke to Ray about this as well. Stop doing tailored programs if you're doing them, right? You're probably doing them, Isaac, okay?
Well, I have a whole bank. I spent like 4 hours writing like level 1 female, level 2 female. But then I get to the point like they come to me with a specific problem and I'm like, well, like, look, they've got an injury here. I'm like, can't do this. And it's like, I write them one most of the time. So yeah.
Yeah. So what you'll find as well, for the guys that do have Trainerize or any app like that, if you actually look at your client's compliance on those apps, I can guarantee you it's probably not any higher than 20% on average for your whole client group, right? So you think about all the time you're actually applying a program, and for the actual output you're getting from that, it's not worth it. So for you, Isaac, even when you've got the presets there perfect, if someone's got like a niggle or an injury, you swap it out straight away, right? So that's probably a 30-second task. Then when you
that's what I do. I just like swap it out like that. But so it's sort of not tailoring specifically, but it's still, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there should be, I need to have some sort of like app or something to show them how to do it because I feel sort of like they're not getting what they need.
For sure. All right. So I think heading into next year, that's something you look at for your business, right? So if that's a common thing you're seeing with people, you kind of, with PT, it's a funny one because, we know the saying, the customer's always right. Like, and it's the same thing, your client's always right. In terms of the service, maybe in terms of like, can I give them more? Spoke to Ray again about this, but so many PTs, and I think Dane, we had a chat about this as well. Like we're talking about clients, and we as PTs always feel terrible if the client isn't getting a result, right? When the process is so simple. Like Isaac, how do you get someone to lose weight?
Eat less food, move more, bro.
There you go, right? How do you get them to gain muscle?
Eat more, lift more weights, you know?
Right. So 95% of the time, it's the client's compliance to what you're giving them, right? Like it doesn't need to be a crazy program. That's why I always say it. And it's hard to overcome and know that, okay, look, maybe James isn't following the program to a T, but he's telling me that he is, right? So that's why it's so important that you have the things in play like MyFitnessPal to check on them or some form of calorie tracker. That'll be your number one. That will be your number one, like 100%, right? So this is where you don't really need the app. But what you could do, Isaac, is with every kind of, where do you send your clients' programs? Is it just over like 10?
It's literally an Excel document. Like I have a bank of Excel documents of different workout plans, and I send it to them. It's optional, but they usually fill it out. I use that as the PT session thing.
So
So they fill it out and like tell me how they're going. Yeah.
could you go to YouTube and copy and paste how to do every exercise and just have a link there?
That's what I started doing already. And I was thinking about, that's what I'm saying when I was doing this. I was thinking of linking every exercise, right? Like making my own YouTube video and just shitting out like 10-second videos of me doing a bicep curl or lat pull down.
Yeah, spot on. Right. That's all I do, man. That's all I do. If you're on a little bit more of a budget and you don't really feel the need, like if everything else is smooth in your business, but the one thing is that you're seeing that clients don't know how to do a movement, that's the solution, right, to it. So
it's a bit of a slow start, I find. Like it takes a week for them to fully understand shit. Well, that's obvious it's going to happen, but I like their first workouts on their own, they're sort of like doubting me a little bit because they don't really know how to, like I've shown them. So I take them through a workout and we do a leg workout for our first one.
Yep.
And the next on the program, it says like lat pull downs and upright rows. And like, what the fuck is an upright row?
Okay. So all I'd say to people, bro, this happens all the time. And everyone here would have had the same experience, right? Because clients just expect that when they sign up to a PT, it's like, I'm a master. Right? It's been a week, right? So just say to them, like, whatever their name is, just say, we'll use James again. James, like, how long have you been out of the gym for? Have you ever been to the gym? No. And you're 20, so you're 25. So you spent 25 years outside of the gym and you expect to know everything in 1 week. And I always love this thing. It's like good things come to those who wait, mate. Say that to them, right? And then they say, yeah, you're right. Right. So it's the same with every kind of thing, every principle. Good thing comes to those who wait. Rome wasn't built overnight, these kinds of things, right? It's those simple things that will get your clients back on track. And for you, bro, like you shouldn't even, it's funny, you shouldn't even have to justify that to a client. It's been 1 week. Give me a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And you
that's feel bad.
Yeah. And you can kind of overcome this by saying the first 4 weeks, like for you, is going to be pure induction into like the basics of the gym. That's what you do for the first 4 weeks with me, because it's going to take that time for them to understand what calorie tracking is and what macros are and hitting your targets and lifting weights. Like it's a because we're so educated, I think sometimes we forget how uneducated our clients are as well. So uneducated. All right. So I think, yeah, changing those few things around will go a long way for sure.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Easy, mate. No stress. Jimmy.
How you going, brother?
Good, brother. How are you? What's been going on?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Give me some updates. Where are we at?
Mate, just listening to your last couple conversations there. Yeah, very similar. I'm on Trainerize.
Yep.
I've got it pretty down pat with how I've got it set up, and again the programs I'm giving people. I'm finding a lot of them are getting a good completion rate, so I'm real happy with that. They're staying solid to, I've got them training maybe twice with me and they're doing another 2 days on their own. So really following that, and I'm just taking that extra time on a Monday to give them a positive message, or, hey, notice you haven't checked into the app, or whatever it may be. So I'm really I'm just giving a lot of time, not too much time, but making sure I spend an hour on Monday just banging out a few messages and really connecting with my clients.
That's a big one, right? So usually the time that you'd spend programming, use that for client compliance. Sending out messages and reach outs and those kinds of things. That'll get you so much of a greater return on that rather than the actual program itself. Right.
100%.
So I love it, bro. How are the numbers looking in terms? Have you started your hamper up yet?
Look, I've probably done about 20%, man. So I'm working with the gym to bring in some maybe they're trying to come up with probably a 4 week free or 2 weeks free for a member or someone like that. Yep. So I've got a supplement company I'm reaching out to. I've got Nutrition Warehouse down the road. I'm going to see them over the weekend, hopefully.
Beautiful.
I am a little bit behind the 8 ball, I'm not going to lie, but I will have something put together very, very soon.
Good. Yeah, even if we shoot for like kind of Monday Monday, like I'd like everyone to be done and generating leads, right? So they're good to go from there. With Nutrition Warehouse as well, they should help you out a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
So if you tell them we're just doing a giveaway for a member, do you have any samples? You'd be kind enough to chuck in, they will say yes.
They do a lot of taste testing here too, so I've kind of got
There you
friendly with
go.
the guy that comes
Yeah.
up. So
Even if you buy a protein, they give you a discount, they chuck in a few samples. That's kind of what you want to do. And you build a relationship there, which goes a lot further along than just that initial kind of, samples and protein and that kind of thing.
100%, man. And I'm just going to get some wraps and a few things like that. Just,
Yep.
just the $10, $15 things you can pick up, and, a towel, water bottle, all that sort of stuff, man. And
Beautiful, mate.
just keep it interesting and simple. And just had a really good learning experience yesterday. So I had three consultations. First one at 9 o'clock, mate. As soon as we sat down, I felt that wall go up. Like really felt the energy change, and she was very standoffish. But I was getting into the conversations. She was an ex-copper after 20 years. She'd done a lot of professional water polo. So she kind of knew what she was doing, but there was no way she was not looking for any personal training, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So just took her for a workout, had a good chat with her, just built up a bit of a relationship. And then the next two were fire, man. So I actually spent like an hour and 20 just doing the consultation. I said, look, it's 20 past 9 tonight. Like his missus was ringing him. I said, look, we're going to schedule in a 45-minute session workout because I haven't given you the workout.
Yep.
But I really think he's going to jump.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And again, just a massive learning experience of as we said last week, you get down and out when you get, terrible consultations, and then bang, man, I was on cloud 9 at 10 o'clock last night,
There you go, right? So
just with what I learned, and the way the conversation went, the words I was using, the confidence I had in myself.
Yeah, this is a big one. Like I think so many of us, and that's why I spoke about that flat line so much last week with people, just staying level-headed, right? Because like we say, if everyone was closing at 100%, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things that we overcome as people just throughout this whole experience of like getting to know different types of people as well. You think about the kinds of people that come into the gym, you get every person. Right. So what you're doing with the learning experience there, Jimmy, you're actually learning to adapt to all different types of people. That's the beauty of it, right?
Yep.
And you can start to, as you kind of go on, you see them and you go, okay, we don't like to judge a book by its cover, but you can almost tell the kind of person they're going to be like, right? So you kind of adjust, you switch your tone, right? Even for you, I can guarantee you still have that feeling of like, what could I have done better with that copper there, right?
Yep.
But sometimes you just don't gel. Right? You're just not the same people, which is completely fine, right? But even when you come in and then you have that guy who sits down and opens up to you for an hour and a half, the trust there is insane. Now, even if he didn't decide to sign, whatever, but I guarantee you when he comes back one day, he's going to think Jimmy straight away. Not many PTs that sit there for an hour and a half and just talk.
That's it, man. And the conversation just flowed. And again, and we just opened up to each other. I kind of gave him a push to talk a bit more, told him of my own struggles, and we got relatable. And I was just like, I haven't had any sign-ups this week, but I felt that yesterday was just a massive win, regardless of the sign-up. And again, unless they put that money in your bank, it's not a sign-up. So I can't say that I've nailed him until he signs the contract. But again, just a massive learning experience that money can't always buy, So
yeah, mate. And there's so many different learnings I think that we get as not only through business, but we develop as people throughout this whole journey. Right? Sometimes the learnings you get outweighs the financial reward, right? Like significantly, right? And you've probably impacted him now to go, all right, like I really want to make a change now. Now, even if you cut that consultation short, this is the way I like to look at it. He only signs up for 4 weeks if you cut the consultation short. He comes back to you next week and he stays on for a 6-month long-term client. Then you've just made return because you've actually shown that you care, right?
Exactly.
Most inductions with PTs, guys, goes for 15 minutes and it's a quick show around in the gym. There's no genuine care. It's a preset pre-screening that doesn't dive into anything. But when you show that you actually care and you're changing people's lives, that's where money will come. Right? It's like make more people money, you'll make money, change more people's lives, like your life will be changed. Like it's that simple. So I think for you there, it's perfect, brother. Like I'm really proud of how you're adapting to everyone. Because I think when we had our first chat, you were probably just like, what's going on? Like it was very money driven, right? But now you've gone, all right, like if I change more people's lives, I'm going to make more money. Like
It's like we go and try and chase something and it tends to run further away from us, right? So it's like
Exactly.
I need to attract what I, wish to. My success will attract what I'm after, as who I am as a man and how I carry myself will then attract more success. And again, it's the groundwork we put in today. Maybe you don't see it for 6 weeks, maybe you don't see it for 6 months, but again, when we had our first conversation, I just look back at how much I've closed that gap.
Oh, mate, it's huge.
And again, just, being open to change, and again, what worked, what didn't, what worked this week might not work next week. And, again, not always focus on the money. I had an impact on this bloke's life, and I genuinely care, man. Like Isaac was saying, I love what I'm doing, bro. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now,
I love it, brother.
I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be almost, So
awesome. It's really good.
I've got a good bunch of leads. I'm about to do some follow-ups now, and then just got to get back in. Friday arbos are very quiet, so I've been tending just to kick back a bit, but I've got to kick my ass, and so my business is a result of the effort I put in. So
yeah, with the gym being quiet on Fridays, this is for everyone as well. Like for you guys, getting out of your work environment is really important. Really important, right? So if you find you are better off making calls, taking your laptop down to the water somewhere, getting your AirPods in and making calls there, looking over like a nice view, that's what I've done forever, right? Because when you're in the gym, like it's not toxic, the gym, but it's very draining because there's people everywhere. There's loud music. You got your manager coming up sometimes, having a chat out of nowhere. You can't really focus, right? So really trying to focus in on your most important task, which is generating leads. You need to be in a really good environment to do that. So I think for you, bro, if it's quiet Friday arvo, why not? Do you know what I mean?
100%. And again, bro, when you spend from 5 o'clock in the morning till last night, 9 o'clock, and I spend late nights here, bro, you just got to get out sometimes, bro, recharge yourself, As much as I love it, I never want to start hating it,
No, that's the one, right? And the amount of PTs that I've spoken to that resent their own training because they're training so many other people and giving to so many other people, it's ridiculous. I think every PT goes through that period where it's like, I hate training right now. I couldn't think of anything worse, right? So giving to yourself now in the long term, there you go, Shannon, right? So giving to people now in the long term, right, will only strengthen your business, right? Because what do? Giving to yourself, you set clear boundaries, right? You know your worth, right? You actually become you can become more direct with people because you have those boundaries set. It's like, no, I don't do this because this is how I run my business, right? So, and it's hard to say no. Like I had a client message me saying, can you call me today to chat? It's like, not really, because it's not a part of the service, right? That's really hard to do. But if you do that once, they've got your phone number now, they just start spamming you whenever, right? And then that throws you off the task that when you were making your calls and you get in the wrong mindset, that kind of thing. So, really proud of you, bro. That's really good to hear everything.
And even just saying that, bro, like I just went down to the new Anytime Fitness this morning with my mate, a client, but he's my mate from way back online. And just had a train down there. Didn't have to talk to no one. No one stopping me, bro. Again, as much as I love it, bro, I just want to train sometimes, bro. Just for 40 minutes, leave me the fuck alone,
Exactly.
One of the best sessions I've had for a long time.
There you go.
Focus on the weight, bro.
So I always recommend going to a different gym to train. Always. You have to have that outlet. So perfect, brother. Other than that,
awesome, bro.
Great job. Thanks, great job. Let's go Samir. How are you, my man? What's been going on?
What's going on, Doug? You all right?
Good, mate. How are you?
All good, thanks. All good, thanks. Nathan and I have gone back and forth over like once in every while or something, and but I've just told him the news as well that so I finally start work after nearly 6 months. I think next week coming up.
Yeah, well done. All right, so we persisted and we got there, man. Hey.
We got there in the end. We did get there in the end.
Beautiful.
So this is the only what was it? And I think it's a sensible start as well because as we now know what the market's like in the Middle East. So the role that I'm taking, so still a PT role in a different gym in a different gym now called VO Fitness, but run by like the company's run by like the royal family and sheikhs and whatnot. So so this is what I'm going to have to do to start with, though. But it's a good baseline to start. Considering that it's been 6 months now, so I'm gonna have to operate things their way as far as. But the good thing is they'll charge I'll be advertising premium prices to clients, so not like we're going cheap for them.
Yep.
So I'm there 6 days a week, so 48 hours a week maximum. So this is the salary role I'm going to start to play with at first. However, there are they said if you do 120 sessions a month of by converting them with my experience and expertise being with Pinnacle, I'm confident I can just nail that and then make my extra 50+ commission.
Oh wow, yeah, there you go. Right, huge.
Yeah,
huge.
so that'll be a good start. So there won't be any. They'll be having their versions of gold and silver, but you know, like I said, I'm confident that I could just smash it like that because I've seen a lot of PTs out here. They may know their knowledge, but they don't really have the personality or the razzmatazz sales skills at all because they're the typical ones that are not trained. They're not Pinnacle trained. Let's put it that way.
There you go. Right. So that's the difference between PTs, right? And when you actually start to learn business, I think within this kind of industry, your level of care for everything goes through the roof, and that's with your clients as well. And that's probably where you've really flourished, I'd say, Samir, as well. It's like, man, you've had to wait for this opportunity, and we mean wait. But now it's given you a role and a very good. It sounds pretty lucrative. Well, like it sounds very, very lucrative to make that extra 50 per year as well with sales. A lot of people, I think, if you can fall in love with the sales game, right?
Yeah,
you will be successful, right? You will 100% be successful. And I think a lot of us here, we probably associate, well, sales, it can make you feel like you're on top of the world, or it can make you feel like you're in the dumps. It goes either way, right? And that flat line, I think, for you now as well, maintaining that Samir as you go into this role, I think a lot of people let that, like, kind of that scale get a little bit away from them at times. Right? When you get a sign up, how do you usually feel? You're like, here, like I can sell anything, right? When you get 3 people say no, you're like, I'm the worst salesman in the world. I don't know anything. If the process has worked before, it's going to work again. So just continually following through, obviously with the adjustments of like someone's personality, that kind of thing, and getting to know them, connect with them. But awesome, man. When do you start? Is that relatively soon?
Yeah, so it's either 15th or 16th, but I got a call from them saying that they just need to process because they take visas here very seriously.
Yeah.
So I've just had to cancel mine with a friend who was looking after a local friend out here who was looking after them because I have to be on a work visa by law, but he's been taking care of that. But now he's given me a cancellation form to give to the place that I'm working at, and they're processing it right now. But should be starting fairly soon, and yeah, looking forward to it after nearly 6 months of.
Definitely, it's good to see you in here as well, man. Like as you kind of the sales webinars for you will be really crucial now. Right, just leveling up and that kind of thing, because your role is primarily sales based, right? So jumping into those when you can, that'll go a long way for sure.
Yeah, that's right. And then the roadmap I've laid out, and I talked to Simon about this. I think it was a long time ago. I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but the only way to sell my own version of silvers and everything is be very well established, get so many clients, but then if I say that I'm so successsul, and then I'll resign later on in the future, but I'll say I'm still around. However, I could be, because it's very common that a lot of people have their own home gyms and flats, so their villas or in their flats, and I could just charge my own rate over there. And if I wanted to go for the freelance role, I would have my own clients first in order for me to pay not rent but pay the gym's membership, and then they have a deal. Some gyms have a deal with, if you've got 5 clients you bring to our gym, we don't charge. They'll still have to pay the membership, but you won't have to pay a penny.
Right. So I think as well, a lot of people look at too much short-term reward. What I'm kind of looking to here is like, if you can come into a business or you can come into a gym and you can impact that club so significantly, right? These clubs just want to see that you can, when you talk the talk, you can walk the walk, right?
Yeah.
So we've seen it with people here where it's like, no, but you don't get access to the member list. And then now for me, like the manager sends me the member list every week, right? Initially, I wasn't getting that, right? But it's because you actually have followed through what you said. So what you find here, Samir, is that when you start closing and you're doing 30 sessions, was it a month or 30? No, what? Yeah, was it 30? No, 30 a month, the PT sessions,
It was
30 a week?
20 sessions a month to get
Yeah.
extra that plus
Yeah.
commission. Yeah.
So 30 sessions a week, man, like you think about how quickly you can go in and do that. That's within like
Yeah.
you book like that in a month, right? So then they go, okay, we actually have to take Samir seriously, right? Let's give him some more opportunity. Opportunities will come. It's crazy, right? People just can't. They just can't wait. That's right. Just wait and execute the basics over time. Before you know it, you've gone to 2K, you've gone to 4K, 6K, 8K, 10K upwards. Right? It's literally the game is so easy, but people get distracted or they fall off the wagon because of like usually it's when they don't have their systems in play, they don't have structures, right? They start getting imposter syndrome or they doubt their abilities, these kinds of things. You think about when you first went out and got your first 10 clients, right? That's your 5 to 10 clients. That's the hustle you need to bring to every single day. But there's the difference of toxic hustle, right? Which is literally doing the things. I think toxic hustle is doing $5 and $10 tasks and letting them take up your whole day. There's that difference between working hard, like guys, let's be real. Like we could be on a construction site right now for 12 to 15 hours a day, right? Or Ray, we do the hard work and work 3 hours and make the calls. Right? Like that's the difference between working hard and doing hard work. Everyone here, including myself, everyone just needs to do more hard work and actually challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone, that kind of thing, because that reaps so much more long-term reward. Right. So for you, bro, like really come into this gym and try and make an impact. And like they have to get eyes on you then when you do that. That's the beauty of it.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Yeah. So there's the update. And yeah, I'll let you know when I've started.
Perfect, bro. All right, looking forward to it. Hey, great job.
Thank you.
Right, let's go to where did I see? Oh, Sebby's not there. I haven't spoken to Sebby in a little while. Sam, how are you going? Shoot me through an update. You there? Is she there? Is she there? I should say Samantha, shouldn't I?
I was a mix, sorry.
How you
I
going?
got mixed up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Just yeah, gym's still quiet. Got a few entrants, got 15 in the hamper. But no one's looked at it or touched it for a week.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
with a club like that, you're gonna have to be so present with it. Right?
Yeah.
What you'll find, guys, as well, some gyms, I don't know what it is. If you leave your hamper, everyone like shies away from it. Like I'm scared of it. I don't want to go anywhere near it. Right. So that's why presence on the gym floor is so big. Now, 15, Sam, in a club like yours is really good. Really
Yeah,
good.
it is.
So I think we look at the club for 50 to 100. If we can nail that, that's perfect.
Yeah. The other thing I noticed, if I'm here, they won't enter. But if no one's here, they'll enter because they don't want to talk to anyone.
There you go.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Such an automated world. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, okay. So leaving it there, it's perfect. Right. So
Yeah.
in your club as well, I think, yeah, usually in like a Zap Fitness or even like Revo to some extent, like people just, they walk in, they walk out. Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, leave me alone, do my workout, leave. So yeah, I think if we can just be present with it, but not be too pushy, which the script isn't pushy at all. It's like people just want to be left alone all the time. Yeah. So what's, I suppose, for us now, how's that first client go? Did you get them on board and good to go?
Yeah, she's happy. So yeah, she's going well.
Beautiful.
Which is good, yeah.
Beautiful.
Just
Now, is it probably activity? The gym's probably very quiet right now, hey?
It's a quiet gym in general. So
yeah.
I'm gonna try come in really early as well, see if there's more happening, and also try coming in really late and see what's happening at night time.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So just to give you an idea, guys, of like a lot of people are saying, I'm getting a lot of people cancel on my consults. The gym's not as busy as it usually is, that kind of thing. Give you kind of an idea of what it looks like. So in our 3 weeks no visit list that we got from the gym, right, usually we have about 50 on there. This week we had 250. Right. So that is just like a huge decrease in people actually coming into clubs because of this time of year. And this is obviously why we do the hamper. But then you look at, I cannot wait for everyone here to be Jan Feb. for everyone here, February is insane, right? Because like we say, everyone's eaten too much food for the past 8 weeks. They get in and they want to change, right? So that's where you'll probably see your club really take a spike. So I think for you, Sam, as well, that'll go a long way come early, like Jan, Feb, right? Beautiful. Awesome. Great job. Let's go. Sebi, what's going on? Where have you been?
I have been inactive as hell, my man. But just on webinars, I've been very, very active in life lately. So
Beautiful.
yeah,
Had a
bit. Okay, updates. So updates going on business wise is somehow I went from 0 staff to, over the last few weeks, we now have 2 staff members on board. So little bit crazy, as you were just mentioning before. There's a bit of obviously a drop-off rate going on the gyms, and like obviously I've had that with sessions as well. Not so much clients leaving, but just clients on holiday through this time of the year. But yeah, as I said, I know what it's like come January, come February. So it's good to know I've got these 2, a guy and a girl, ready to go. So when these sessions start pouring back in again, it's ready to start filling up slots. So
awesome.
But yeah, otherwise, I had a little break. I was away on holidays last week. Just got back in this week, so just getting a couple final things for the hamper, and that's going out in the next couple of days.
Beautiful.
But yeah, not the first time I've done it, so I'm all right with it going out a little bit later, ready to rock and roll for the Christmas, New Year's week. So that'll just actually doing that right now, typing up a few more things for the posters for it, get them printed out, and that'll be out on Friday or Saturday.
Beautiful. So have you hired? I remember you had that one trainer that was already in the club.
Right? So we got Macca, the trainer who was in the club. I'm going to be feeding just a few sessions through to her to fill her up as they come in. And there was another young fella, Josh. He was the membership consultant, also works in club and studying exercise physiology. As part of his study, he's in a certain point of it where he receives a Cert 3 and 4 in fitness automatically with his studies. And me and him have been bouncing off each other for the last 6 months because he's very similar personality to me. Really cares about people, genuinely cares about people and their health. So we bond really well together, and he's been asking, he's like, hey man, I'd love to work with you to actually build a bit of experience, learn how to do this properly. So as he's pretty much ready to go now. So as soon as I've got sessions coming in, he's going to be my go-to guy as well, to start feeding sessions onto. So I'm going to have a bit more of a chat with you guys and Simon tomorrow, leverage about that, because it's all happened sort of just, over the last couple of weeks while I've been away on holiday. So I've sort of got to now get my ass into gear and get things happening.
So it sounds like to me, man, just what you've told me there, it's a really good team. That's something that I think everyone needs to look at. It's like when you've got someone actively coming up to you saying I want to work with you, and they're showing the initiative. But what you've done is you've forged these relationships over how long?
Well, this has now been, as of last month, this was a year in this club that we've already been working together as an Anytime Fitness team. So these guys and girls, they're already got a good reputation and repertoire in club with the members. People love them already. So it's already good, really good foundation just to keep growing on top of from here.
Right. And this is why, guys, I always say form connections with the staff in the gym, because chances are the receptionist, they don't want to be a receptionist. They want to be a PT. Right? They're in a gym to get experience. So where are they going to look to when they want a job? Like Sebi, they look to Sebi, right? So spot on, man. We'll touch more on it. Do you have any questions in particular now you want to touch on in terms of the leverage kind of things, or?
I've got a lot, but it's sort of a jumble. I've got to actually sit down tonight and write up a list of definites that I got to ask and action items I have to put in place over the next couple of weeks to finalize everything.
Cool. Right. So I'm taking leverage tomorrow as well. So bring a list.
Oh, cool. Okay.
For everything, hey? Yeah.
I'll form that up this afternoon when I've got a free few minutes, and I'll make that happen. So,
brother, nice job, hey? Great job. All right, let's go to then George. I think I'm going to ask you, bro. It's the same thing, hey? Are we still doing the same kind of stuff? You hear me, George? Okay, you got me.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, yep. You there? Yep.
Spot on.
Sorry, what were you asking? Connection's a bit.
I was gonna
Might have
say-
to move rooms.
Yeah. It's always this room, hey?
One sec, bro. Jump
I'll
to
jump
someone else if you want.
easy. Yeah, no
I'll be
worries.
back in a sec.
Easy done. Guys, last 10 minutes as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Drop a 1 for me, all right? And I'll come through to the guys that need me as well. Basically now with the webinars, guys, I'm just going to go straight to the 1s, right? So everyone put a 1 in and it just shows me who actually needs help straight away. Don't want to go to people that don't feel like they need the help, right? As well, and they feel like they're just cruising. So to kind of finish off here, I will come to Kate as well. If you're there, Kate, you're cruising. Done. No worries. Shan, are you there, brother? Doesn't look like it either. 2 minutes. All right, easy done. Christina, do you need to touch base? No, we're good. Oh, we're cruising. Look at us, hey. Look at us. I do want to say, guys, like, well done to continue to show up through this period, right? Like a lot of people kind of drop off and go on holidays and that kind of thing. You guys will be reaping the rewards come Jan, Feb, right? But the guys that go on holidays now, you're constantly playing catch up with no leads into the new year, which is a big thing. So I do want to touch on a couple of things kind of before we wrap things up here as well. I want to touch on just the mindset coming into the sales right now. So for you, Ray, as well, kind of tying back into this one, what do you think, like we're talking about imposter syndrome and like not thinking that you're going to be able to do this kind of thing. What do you think that stems from? Like, because like you said, you'll probably be around the program for a couple of years, right? What's really holding you back here, do you think? I want to touch base with everyone.
What's holding me back in terms of moving forward?
Yeah.
Just probably a bit of the imposter syndrome for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just a bit of fear moving forward, to be honest. So it's in the unknown, just that's probably it, to be honest.
The unknown. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you think?
The unknown. Yeah. I think so. If you ask me, you put me on the spot, I haven't had a chance to really think, but that's probably, it.
I'd say when a lot of us kind of go, guys, they go, okay, everyone here is scared of the unknown, right? We've got people in the program that have done it. So I think that's when you kind of go, you know what, like, it's not unknown to me. Like, I know what I have to do now as well, and it's how I'm going to do it. Anytime you feel that resistance, I want people to really start sparking up the community page a bit more as well, and just connecting with people. Like the guys that are in the webinars all the time, there's people here that are in the exact same situations, right? So even for myself, right, I might just, obviously, if I've got you guys on Facebook Messenger, that kind of thing, I will just make sure I'm connecting you guys as well. So you can just kind of chat, see what's working, see what's not, and like what's really holding you back here as well. Like for you, Christina,
and just having that belief that you can actually do the work. I guess the belief that you can do it. You know what I mean? I've seen others do it, but believing that you can actually do that yourself. You know what I mean? I probably maybe manifested that bad trainer experience myself, but who knows? But that's probably it. But
and if you, like we say, if you continue to dwell on the past, you won't move forward. You live in your past, which is
and I'm just looking at all my Seek ads now, so I can give them a call and just do something each day towards moving forward.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's it, right? So just like coming together a bit more within the program, right, with everyone, because it is hard initially when you're getting to that. You're chasing that 1K and you tick the 1K off, and you go to 2K, you make the 100,000. Most people in the program are around that mark. You're sitting 1 to 2K. It's like, why am I not pushing forward here? I guarantee it's volume, but it's also mindset. It's like, do I believe that I can make $300,000, $400,000 a year, $200,000 a year, right? Like, what does that look like? I think that's what scares people. It's like, what does that look like, right? You know what it looks like? It looks like nothing changes because I'm sitting here with my bed on the floor with my washing there. Nothing changes, right? So it's like you're the same person, right? It's just a number, right? And I don't like to get too caught up in numbers here either, but I think numbers are a natural form of progression for everyone as well, right? So just making sure you always be centered, you're the same person. It's just on a bigger scale. That's the biggest thing, right? So, but I love that, Ray. Like, thanks for sharing. And I think, guys, we'll just go to resistance straight away in this webinar, right, going forward on Thursdays and tackling resistance, because like we say, it's what's going to be holding you back as well. But I'll jump to George now as well, bro. Chances are same, right?
Yeah, pretty much. The big mindset thing that's probably changed just on when you just touch base on it, then probably changed is my partner actually said to me the other night, like, have you actually thought about where you were 12 months ago? And, you know, I was working 2 other jobs as well 12 months ago. So
there you go.
They weren't big jobs or anything, but they were just something to just add on to income and, you know, literally to get through.
Yeah.
So
that's a huge
she's like,
one.
yeah. So she's like I'll be away for a few days over New Year's, not for long, like 5 days. And she goes, I think you need to, I support you on everything you're doing, but you need to have a short rest because I know it's going to be really hectic for you next year. So you'll come back better next year. And yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
I think for everyone here, like guys, spending 5 to 10, just sitting down, not even spend a good hour on it, like actually reflecting on what you've done in the past year. For a lot of you guys, you've changed your lives, right? Like you've gone from making zero to, let's say, 500 to upwards of, like, you're sitting on 2,000. Most people here, $1,000 to $2,000. You're supporting yourself in an industry that you actually love, right? Like not many people believe you can do that, right? But you've all taken the leap of faith. Now you kind of go, okay, cool, I'm here now. What's the next level of me look like? What's the next version, right? So we're kind of, as these years go by and months go by, you're just recreating the better version of you, like what you want to achieve. So setting some real clear goals for yourself heading into next year as well. Like for you, George, if I'm going based off George and his circumstance, like I want to see him double his business, right? Even triple the business. Once you get to 2K and you get that first trainer, the second and the third one's the easy part. It's just rinsing and repeating, right? But you've actually got more manpower. When you've got people around you, you've got a support network, you've got a team that actually want to be there. Like for you, George, I think next year should be like a 5 to 6K. Absolutely, right? That's for everyone here. Like when you're first hiring your trainer, Ray, I want to see you at 4 to 6K, right? You look at that and you go, I can't make that kind of money. And I think a lot of people, they actually don't think they're worthy enough to make the kind of money. That's the thing. That's what holds people back. But you've got to ask yourself the question, why am I not worthy? Like, why am I not worthy of making that kind of money? So I think, yeah, just reflecting goes a long way. For me as well, I've just started doing daily reflection because I think I like this, Kate, right? Like breaking the habit of being yourself. Okay, right. So have a look at this book as well. I think like leveling up, our old self will always hold us back. And I think it's scary forming a new you and what other people will think and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, set the time, reflect, and kind of project into next year for everyone here. So we'll wrap things up with Shan here, brother. If you're there, bro, if you can kind of jump in.
Hey man, how are you? Good,
brother. How are you?
Good. I'm pretty happy actually. Yesterday I was talking to Nathan and I had a close that I wanted to do this morning. I had a session at 6:30, which lines up with 4 other sessions, so they're all back to back. So I was like, gee, I want to close it. I was stressing about it, and he just said, it's just another client, honestly. So then, I went, okay, well, what would I do with this client? And when I last tried to close her, she said she has to talk to her husband, and it seemed pretty genuine to me.
I remember this one.
Yeah, so I went, look, if it's a client and she said she'll speak to her husband, before I even do the free session tomorrow, I would normally reach out and see what her husband said. Yep. So I just reached out to her, sent her a text, and I said, hey, I'm looking forward to the session tomorrow. Did you get a chance to speak to your husband? And then she sends me a message back, and I have a little back and forth with her. And then she ended up paying up front for 20 weeks, just straight like that. And I just backed it. I went, you know what? She likes me. She likes the session.
Yep.
And so much of what goes wrong is just questioning it too much, just questioning it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do it. I'm not even going to question it. And then straight after I sent the message, I sat there and I thought, you know what? If she hadn't have responded positively then, she wouldn't have paid me. And I would have just wasted my time stressing about someone that wasn't going to pay me anything and that didn't want to be trained by me.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You may as well just just take the shot, because then you can get it out of your mind anyways. Like when I've been rejected by clients or by a potential client in the consult, it doesn't really feel that bad. It's more the idea that it feels bad. It doesn't really add that much to me. I know it has nothing to do with me.
This is huge, right? So this is a real breakthrough for you, bro. And like, this is why, for me, this is why you go all in on your processes, not on the person. right? Because your processes will allow you to help the person best, right?
Yep.
So it's like, why do I even worry about this person? Because if they say no, what am I going to do? Just give up my career tomorrow? No.
Yeah, 100%. You're gonna still train anyway.
My whole book of clients is gone. See you later. No worries, Christina. Like that's the biggest thing, right? So you get rejected, right? We build a business off being rejected, or saying that, you know, this isn't good enough, or you need to, you know, like it's just what we do, right? So waking up the next day and going, you know what, there's new members joining the club, I might as well give them a call, and then you go and you sign 5 up, and it's like, okay, you don't even remember that person.
Yeah, literally.
Like a week down
Literally.
the track, you don't remember that person, right? So that's a huge mindset shift for people. It's like, don't worry about what the person is thinking of you or what the person says. Worry about your process. So if you had 10 people say the same thing, probably it's a process thing there, right? But if you've got 50-50, or even I want to say 70-30 people saying, you know what, this is great, 30% saying it's not for me, cool, right? Like that's why people have sport teams. That's why people go for different teams. It'd be boring if they didn't, if all went for the same team, right? So I think that's a big one, Shan. Like that's a really good way to wrap up the webinar. If you carry that kind of mindset, for everyone here, you carry that mindset heading into next year, you're unstoppable. You are literally unstoppable.
Yeah.
Right. So let's all remember
Yeah,
that.
it's really good to it's been good to, I think something that really helped me quite a bit actually was just thinking about how many people have come back and reached back out to me that I didn't close when I wasn't even a trainer. Like I just trained someone for free because I was allowed to in the gym while I was being qualified.
Yep.
And I just started reaching out to these people. Some of them are very cold. And then I'm like, all right, Pinnacle said, you know, you're not harassing people. Just send them another message in a couple months' time. So I sent them another message. I sent them a call. And then probably I've got another 5 clients in the last month just from going back and just being fine to re-message somebody, because if they send me a message back and say, fuck you, why are you messaging me 3 times? They don't want me to train them anyway. So it doesn't matter. I just can, now I know this is a dead lead. I can get it off my system, you know?
There you go, right? Like that's the hardest part for people. They're worried about what that person's going to say. That's why, and then they don't send the message, right? Like for us guys as well, like with the temper system, we've actually just started calling every lead on the day, just as a part of their experience, who's booked in for a consult. Just looking forward to seeing you today. We'll chat soon. But obviously we've got Calendly that does that. But when you provide that, a lot of people actually really thank you for that. Like, thanks for reaching out. I'm looking forward to it. And it's like a really positive kind of connection with them straight away. So if you've got 3 consults on the day, give them a ring. Give them a ring and just say, just touch and base. Looking forward to our session. Chat soon. Like it's perfect. So yeah, everyone taking that away, processes over people, because the processes will allow you to help more people. I think that's a really good one to kind of, for us all to carry into 2025. So I love that, Shane. Hey, that's perfect, brother. Perfect.
Easy. Thanks, man.
Easy done. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. Hey, like today's been a really good webinar. I think it's been one of the best ones in a long time. So yeah, we'll continue to carry the energy heading into next year. And then I think we'll see these kind of pick up pretty significantly come Jan, Feb. All right, but keep doing what you're doing. Keep generating the leads. Keep me in the loop, and we'll chat soon, guys. Hey, all right, see you later.